One of my dreams is definitely to do a road trip across America one day. I think that would be the ultimate goal, ultimate bucket list. I think going through America on planes to city, you can only see so much. Road trips are a whole different story. You get to see the places that tourists wouldn't usually go to. You get to see the small towns, the cultures in between. But anyway, that kind of links into today's video. This one is top 10 must-see scenic routes on a Trans-America road trip. Exciting! So this is more, I think, like scenic nature kind of vibes and the scenery that you see along the way. I'm interested to check out this video. One day I'm gonna make it. One day I'm gonna make it to my road trip across the states, and I'm definitely gonna keep some of these things in mind that we see in today's video. I'm sure. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and let me know if you agree with this video. And let's get into it.
Pack up the car. It's time to hit some of the most beautiful roads the country has to offer. Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 must-see scenic routes on a Trans-America road trip. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
It's gonna make me want to do it so bad.
For this list, we're looking at some of the most stunning, unique, and picturesque popular drives in the United States.
What the heck?
Number 10, the loneliest road, Nevada. True to its nickname, US Highway 50 becomes a rather isolated stretch of road when it passes through Nevada. But there's also something awe-inspiring about the barren landscape. There's a curious absence of civilization, which is hard to come by in the modern United States. For a good few hundred miles of road, you'll encounter little else but seemingly endless valleys, distant mountains, and the rugged plant life that toughs it out in this dry, rocky environment. Whether you're seeking solitude or simply a unique driving experience, Nevada's loneliest road is the answer. Just make sure to gas up whenever you enter one of the few small towns along the way. Number 9, the Old Mine Road, New Jersey. On the border of Pennsylvania and New Jersey, the mighty Delaware River cuts its way through the Appalachian Mountains. Around it, there is a 70,000-acre region of protected national recreation area called the Delaware Water Gap. Though you could easily spend an entire vacation in this natural northeastern gem, the scenic drive alone is stunning. This route has got a lot of history behind it. The portion of it known as Old Mine Road was first constructed way back in the 17th century, and signs of the area's rich history can be seen all along the drive. Add to that the fall colors, scenic points, and waterfalls, and you've got one enchanting drive. Number 8, the Kancamagus Highway, New Hampshire. Speaking of good places to take in the colors of fall, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more beautiful display of radiant foliage than on this scenic New Hampshire drive. Stretching for almost 35 miles along Route 12, Kancamagus Highway is one long, winding breath of fresh air that carries you through the beautiful White Mountains National Forest. In addition to the red, yellow, and orange leaves, you'll be treated to views of the Rocky Gorge, the Swift River, various waterfalls, and of course the ever-impressive White Mountains. For these 34.5 miles, you'll be seeing and breathing in nature at its purest. Number 7, the $1 Million Highway, Colorado. Don't worry, this drive isn't going to cost you a small fortune, but the views it offers are certainly worth $1 million. Running for 25 miles through western Colorado, this famous stretch of US Route 550 is not for the faint of heart. For roughly 12 miles, it passes through Uncompahgre Gorge and the Red Mountain Pass, and features tight turns, narrow lanes, and no guardrails. But the views it offers up are unlike any other. And considering large RVs regularly navigate the route, you can surely manage in a car. Take your time and drive carefully. After all, on a road trip, it's the journey and not the destination that matters. Number 6, the High Road to Taos, New Mexico. This scenic byway runs for 56 miles from Santa Fe to Taos and offers up an eclectic sampling of New Mexico's beautiful scenery and rural environs. The ever-changing landscape will take you past mountainous terrain, deserts, forest, and windswept hoodoos, which are skinny rock spires. Throughout the drive, you'll find yourself passing through a number of small towns, steeped in local traditional culture, and each offering something unique for the road tripper with extra time to stop and visit. Historic adobe houses, local sites, and traditional handcrafts abound. This is a slice of America that you need to visit to understand and fully appreciate. Number 5, Route 66, Illinois to California. Once a major artery cutting across America, and one of the country's very first highways, this historic road has since been retired from the official U.S. highway system in favor of modern alternatives.
Really?
But historic Route 66 hasn't lost any of its famed charm. And it's the sort of drive that every serious road tripper owes it to themselves to embark upon at least once in their lives. Running from Chicago to California and covering a whopping 2,448 miles, historic Route 66 doesn't need to be driven in its entirety to be appreciated. But the longer you can commit to it, the more charming retro attractions and different landscapes you'll be able to take in. Number 4, Blue Ridge Parkway, Virginia and North Carolina. This all-American road bills itself as America's favorite drive. And when you've driven it for yourself, it becomes hard to argue against that claim. Spanning from Afton, Virginia to Cherokee, North Carolina, this scenic drive along the mountainous spine of this region of the Appalachians connects Shenandoah National Park and Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and takes you along through distinct geographical regions like Ridge, Plateau, and Highlands. Each offers something unique, meaning you'll really want to commit to the whole 469 miles. Don't worry, with this much beauty on display, the chances of getting bored are slim to none. Number 3, Going to the Sun Road, Montana. With a name like that, you know that this drive is gonna be a good one, but nothing can prepare you for this much beauty. Located in Glacier National Park, Going to the Sun Road takes you through some of the most ruggedly beautiful wilderness that America has to offer. The 50-mile stretch of road has been described as a marvel of engineering because, really, it brings you places you shouldn't reasonably be able to travel by car. As you wind through the Rocky Mountains, you'll take in one breathtaking vista after another. This is another tricky road to navigate, but with so much to take in, you'll want to take it nice and slow anyway. Number 2, the Overseas Highway, Florida. This drive is like few others, mainly because very little of it is spent above dry land. The aptly named Overseas Highway is an all-American road that stretches 107 miles from Miami to Key West, partially constructed using the defunct Overseas Railroad. This unique drive takes road trippers over open ocean, through tropical savannas, and above stunning coral reef. With places to stop, stretch your legs, and explore at the various keys along the drive, the Overseas Highway is a road trip unto itself, and one that really needs to be experienced to be understood. Number 1, the Pacific Coast Highway, California, Oregon, and Washington. You haven't truly driven across America until you've also driven up or down its west coast. The Pacific Coast Highway is not only breathtaking, it also carries you through and by so many towns, cities, beaches, and parks that you'll want to dedicate a serious chunk of time to ensure that you do it right. Load up the camping gear, and you'll find yourself lulled to sleep by the sweet sounds of ocean waves at one of the many campgrounds. Of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't single out California's Big Sur in particular, which, even by East Coast highway standards, is next level in terms of natural beauty. And on that note, happy driving. Bridge freaks me out. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other
Wow, that was awesome. That's exactly the kind of video that I was looking for today. Wow, that's awesome. Definitely, I didn't know that Route 66 was taken off the official highway or whatever, but definitely Route 66, that's the highway that I want to drive. That's the road that I need to drive. It's so famous, so well known. But honestly, all of those highways look amazing. All of those drives. The bucket list is coming out, you guys. The bucket list is coming out. I wouldn't do it in an RV though. I would not do it in an RV. I saw someone driving, I think it was a video of someone driving an RV, and I was like, oh, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. It's so large. Let me know if you've driven an RV before. I don't even have a car, right? So every time I hop into a car, I'm like, oh gosh, it's too much. So imagine me hopping into an RV, driving it. Watch out, everybody. Like, seriously. I think a car would do for me. Maybe SUV at the very most. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video down below. I really enjoyed that. Right up my alley. You know, like I was saying at the start of this video, road trip. I really want to do a road trip in the US and see the in-between stuff. You know, I want to see the America that not all tourists see. Cities are cities, right? but if you hop into the car and drive from a city to another city, all the towns that you see in between, I feel like that's so like unforgettable, honestly. I like to do that in all countries, actually. I like to see the smaller towns. Don't get me wrong, I like the cities, of course, but there's something different and something special about the road trip vibe, and seeing things and seeing towns you'd never go to otherwise, and stopping, you know, the classic like driving along and then pulling over to a town, getting something to eat, checking out the restaurant there, getting a coffee or something. Oh, it's a vibe. It's such a vibe. Oh my gosh, I love doing it here in New Zealand as well. If there's any other scenic routes that you do recommend, leave them down below. And if you see someone comment a route that you also really love, just give it a like, give it a thumbs up, so I know that a lot of people recommend it, you know, because one day, you guys, one day it's going to happen for me. I'm not going to turn into van life, not quite that far. I'm not going to be a van lifer, but I'm definitely would love to do like a month-long road trip in the US one day in an SUV, not an RV though. We'll see. But thank you guys so much again. If you didn't know already, I do have a Twitch channel where I go live 4 times a week at 8 p.m. Eastern time in American Eastern time, 8 p.m. I'm gonna leave the link down below for that. Come chat if you feel like it. If you're free, I'd love to see you there. But apart from that, I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.